You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
March 8th, 2018 is another episode of the Impact Implosion here on the AngryMarks Podcast Network. As always, I am Seth Draken, and on the other end is the Bone Thugs to my harmony, Mr. Mike Poland.
Hey!
Yep, CrossRoads. I had to do that.
Not the first of the month, though.
Oh, it's the CrossRoads, that old song.
Yep.
All right. Before, I didn't even see this, but I really missed this. But Johnny Impact came to the arena with 4 guys in flags, or 5 guys in flags around him. For some reason, I don't know why he was doing that. Yeah. So, by the way, some news. Before we get officially started, Alberto Lamierda and Eli Drake's contracts are set to expire.
Oh, no. Well, no for Eli. But anyway.
And Lamierda has been talking to WWE and will be at Triple Mania.
Lamierda goes back to WWE for a third time.
Oh, yeah. Really, him and Paige on the same roster. They better not be in the same They better not be on the same show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get some people on the case and get a restraining order.
Yeah. Also, they hyped up Eddie Edwards' injury on TMZ. Like, oh, Eddie got injured this week. I'm like, it happened weeks ago. And he got the eye thing weeks ago. Yeah, he fucked up and he got legit injured. I said I knew, and people were like, why is this becoming news again? Oh, because Impact's bringing it up. Oh, and there was a apparent huge spike in the ratings. They had 100,000, more than 100,000 people watched the show over the week before last week. So, yeah. Well, that's all the news, so let's get into Impact's CrossRoads. And we see Sus Matthews and Sanjay Dutt at their CGI dome.
And Josh Matthews is unenthusiastic as ever.
Oh, and our first match is, of course... Let me get where is it? Where's the beginning of this? God damn it! I lost my track. So okay, they hype up the tag match because that's our opening match, which is LAX defending the tag titles against the Cult of Lee. This was not much of a match, and Conan interferes by sweeping Trevor Lee's legs in front of the ref, who doesn't DQ him, and LAX hits the street sweeper on Caleb Conley to retain the title. And yes, they made Bone Thugs and Harmony's joke. GWN Moment of the Week. Christian Cage successfully defending the world title against Monty Brown at Destination
Neither
X.
of these two work here anymore, and one of these guys doesn't even wrestle anymore.
Yeah, one of these guys is taking care of his sister's kids. His late sister's kid. Yeah. The other one had to retire also because of concussions. Yeah. So video package for our next match, as it's a title-for-title match between Taiji Shimori, X Division champion, against Matt Sydal, Grand Champion. And Sydal cuts a promo about his third eye while he is meditating.
So he's an alien?
No, no. He talks. It's some stupid guru thing about having a third eye or something. It's some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Then it's time for that match, and they talk about when was the last time we had a double champion. And actually, they mentioned this, that it was Franklin.
Yep.
And Josh then says about this. Sanjay asks Josh how he knows about this. All this third eye shit and stuff. And Josh says, "I'm young. I would like to point out to people, for the record, Josh is 4 years older than me. How old is he? How older is he? He's 37. His birthday hasn't come up yet. But so he's 4 years older than me. How old would he be for you?"
6 years.
Yes. And the man who's talking to, Sanjay Dutt, is 35.
Whoops.
Yeah. I'm serious. Sanjay Dutt, the man he's saying I'm young to, is younger than him. One of the things you don't do is tell a guy who is younger than you, I'm young. He's like, well, I'm younger than you, motherfucker. And now Sanjay wouldn't consider himself young.
Shut up, Josh.
And Josh then says, we've been getting a lot of hype for our virtual sets. And I'm like, no one seems to love your virtual sets. If you would know that if you didn't block everyone who disagreed with you. So this match is okay, pretty good actually. They try. Ishimori goes for a 450. Sydal gets the knees up, and then hits a shooting star press for the win.
Yep.
Then we get an Allie interview backstage saying she's ready to take on Laurel Van Ness. And just in case we didn't get enough BJing of Gail Kim, she's dedicating this win to Gail Kim.
Who's not even there anymore.
Oh, but she was there backstage apparently, hugging that later. Oh, but we'll get into that. Knockouts title match hype. Sadly, I hate to tell you this, people, but this is Laurel Van Ness's last match with the company. So yeah, we know who's winning.
Apparently she's not going to WWE.
And on commentary, they joke around. Josh and Sanjay talk about the commitment ceremony. Like, you want a commitment ceremony with me? And Sanjay said, sure. Can we get KM as a minister or stuff? And I'm like, you guys doing this? I'm not sure how Madison Rain feels about the news. Josh, you might want to talk to your wife before getting into a ceremony of commitment with another man. Last I checked, in this country, we don't believe in
polygamy.
Polygamy, more than one partner, but especially bisexual polygamy. Holy shit!
I don't think there's a precedent for that.
I know. Okay. Laurel Van Ness hits Allie with an unprettier on the outside, and she wants the ref to count her out. Allie gets back in the ring at 9. Then Allie hits a Death Valley driver. I'm not calling it what Josh calls it because that's
Alley Valley driver because it rhymes.
It's a Death Alley driver if we're gonna call it anything. Then a super kick to become the new Knockouts champion. So see ya, Laurel. And Josh hypes it up as like, Allie's name is finally in the Knockouts championship record books, and I'm like, She won that title before.
Yeah, and then lost it a week later.
I know. This is her second title reign, Josh. Stop acting like it's her first.
Ugh.
And, Gail Kim is backstage and gives Allie a hug.
Allie Bailey?
No, but, Gail Kim's hogging the spotlight here. Because of course
that's what she does.
Yep. Aries is interviewed backstage, and he talks about how his back is hurting because he's carrying the world on his shoulders. He then questions whether Johnny is mean and nasty enough to take the title from him. I don't know. If Johnny Impact, probably not, but Johnny Mundo with the freaking Worldwide Underground, he'd fucking beat your ass.
Yeah.
With help. He'd beat your ass with help. Oh, by the way, video package of OVE's beef with Franklin. And yes, they are treating the legit injury as storyline. I fucking hate this.
Stupid.
It's stupid. It's a fuck up. And time for I originally said 3-on-1 handicap match. It's 2-on-1.
Yeah, I think they said that on commentary too at one point.
It's 2-on-1. Sami Callihan is not an official member of the match, people.
Even though he's on the floor.
And he's doing a lot of help. And so remember this being a 2-on-1 handicap match, right? Well, fuck that shit. Brian Cage comes out in the middle of the match, tags himself in, which the ref just allows.
He's Mills Lane.
Yeah, the ref just allows, even though he is not a scheduled participant in this match at all.
OVE has a beef.
Yeah, OVE's like, what the fuck? We signed for a match with Franklin and Eddie Edwards, who's injured. We didn't sign for Brian Cage to show up. And Brian Cage gets the pin with the drill claw. So the person who was never in this match until, I guess the second half, was allowed to be in this match, rightfully so, gets the win.
Yeah.
This is a mess. That's a mess. I know what they're setting up here with this Franklin Cage feud, but you could have done this a better way. Jesus.
Hey, next week they're bringing back Feast or Fired.
Oh, yeah. Feast or Fired's coming back. Breaking news. Oh, by the way, I won't be here next week to watch it. Johnny Impact interview, and he says he's going to show how great he is to Aries. But he agrees with Aries for the most part that he's not big. But he hints at Aries being an insecure person because he never brought his titles that he won with him, which is true. Never needed to.
By the way, Alberto Patron is there.
Oh, yeah. Lamierda's here tonight for some reason.
We'll find out what that is.
Yep. Then it's our world title match, which really, for the most part, got a whole lot of time that it did not deserve to have. But the ending was good. But, okay, Johnny Impact does some dangerous selling here. He gets on the top rope. I think he gets punched or kicked in the face. He flops onto the turnbuckle, not the post, but the turnbuckle, falls out of the ring, and his fucking head hits the apron on the way down. Johnny, you're not going to have much of a career if you keep doing bullshit like that.
Unnecessary. He don't have much of a career as it is.
I know. Then he completely misses on a leg lariat, which Aries still sells. He wasn't even close on hitting that damn thing. But basically, last chancery, but Impact's height is too much to an advantage. He's too tall, so he gets to the ropes easily. Spanish Fly by Johnny Impact off the top rope for a 2 count. This is where it actually gets good. Death Valley Driver on the apron from Aries. Again, Johnny, not going to have much of a career. Turnbuckle Dropkick and Brainbuster as Aries retains.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointing show for what you... and Lemire comes out clapping, and Aries like, come on, get in the ring then, if you're going to keep doing that shit. And he's like, nah, I'm just going to keep clapping like a dumbass. So, I can't give this show a D, so I'll give it a C. But it is disappointing considering they kind of hyped this.
It's a CrossRoads.
Yeah. There was no much crossed. Other than, you got a guy who has 2 championship belts. Now you have Allie winning the Knockouts title, which I guess would be big if we didn't already know that Van Ness is on her way out.
And if you all haven't already gone through the lengths to bury her.
Yeah, you have completely gone to the lengths to completely bury her. She gets beat up by fucking a box of chocolates. Remember that. She got beat up by a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates. It can kick your ass.
Yeah, they can kick your ass. For some reason. What the hell? The hell was that?
And on that note.
You got anything to sell?
Nope, not this week.
I've got to mention this to the people at home so they won't miss the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to be here. For the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be on a plane from going to Hawaii and back from Hawaii.
Where are you going to in Hawaii?
My brother lives there.
Where does he live?
He lives on the I forget what the base is called, but he lives in a military base there.
Oh, okay.
Army base there, yeah. So yes.
And
on that note, so I guess anyway, I think Stevie's gonna maybe try to get a backup host here for the next 2 weeks, or we're just gonna have a hiatus. Anyway, with that being said, Miley, we are going for a walk and then heading to bed.
Good night, everybody.